There's always a ray of sunshine. Um, here
I
we
don't do
go.
Zoom usually.
Okay, oh goodness. Okay, and we are about to go live, and we are live. I want to thank everyone for tuning into a very special edition of the People's Podcast this afternoon. We have two great panelists who are coming to bring awareness to some upcoming events, an upcoming event that is very helpful to and beneficial to the nation and to our community. It is a virtual singles retreat. First of all, assalamu alaikum, Sister Courtney Powell, Sister Courtney, and Sister AT.
Like I said,
Uh,
Like a salon.
and my sister Miriam says assalamu alaikum as well. Okay, I'm gonna let the floor be to you. Know you are our sisters. The floor is yours. Can you tell us about the event?
Uh, yes, sir. Assalamu alaikum. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, I would like to greet all the listeners out there with the greeting words of peace. Assalamu alaikum. And for those who are may not be in the nation, peace be upon you. We are at the 11th singles retreat, and it will be held virtually. This retreat is basically in response to the pandemic that we're experiencing right now. We know that it wouldn't be a good idea for us to come together physically. So we wanted to keep the momentum going with the retreats that we've been having since 2004, actually. The first one was in Prescott, Arizona in 2004. Our last event was not a singles retreat, but it was the Family Summit Conference, which was held in Atlanta, Georgia in 2017. So we want to keep the spirit and the momentum going in terms of addressing families, in terms of addressing singles, married couples, those who want to get married. And that's what this singles retreat is about. The theme is attracting my helpmeet to fulfill one half of my faith. And we will have two dynamic speakers who are confirmed, Brother Rasul Muhammad, Brother Nuri Muhammad. We will have additional speakers to be announced at a later time. Our website is www.healthyrelationship, and that's relationship, no S, relationshipinitiative.com. You will be able to find more information. You can register. If you have any questions, you can send your questions in as well. I'm hoping that, we can answer any questions that you might have coming up.
Beautiful. Praise be to Allah. And Sister Branda says, Salam family. My sister Naima says, Assalamu alaikum family. And wa alaikum salam to you all as well. Sister Courtney, what do you have to say about the upcoming singles event that you feel that people should know?
This year's event is going to be virtual, of course. So when you register, you will get access to our mobile app. And so in the past at our retreats, of course, they've been in person, and we've allowed a lot of interaction. We've done things like TikTok dating, which is kind of like a speed type dating situation. So we still are trying to incorporate things like that in various games. So when you register, you get access to our mobile app, which will have profiles, which would have other information to make it more interactive to see who all is included. And we'll also be using Zoom. So it won't just be lectures where we just sitting and looking, but there will be a lot of interactive components. So I encourage all ages to participate. If you feel you are not that technically savvy, we will have a support staff to assist you. What else? Let's see. We're just trying to make this as interactive, affordable, and effective as possible. So that's what we're trying to do this year, because it's been a couple of years since we've actually had an in-person singles retreat. So what better time than now to do one? We're going to test this virtual environment now. So
absolutely. And can I give a shout out to Sister Courtney? Sister Courtney's been a part of the team since I don't know when. She's been a very, very diligent helper. We could not be able to do as much as we've not been able to do without Sister Courtney and the IT team. And I want to stress that this is not just a one person thing. It's a team of believers who put this on. And I just can't I can't thank those believers enough. We have a marketing team, we have our IT team, we have a registration team, volunteers. So it's a group of people who are actually putting this on. And I just want to give them a shout out.
Praise be to Allah. And I have to make sure I give a special shout out to Sister Khadija Davis, who reached out to me and said that she wanted to help promote it. Anything that the People's Podcast can do to help promote positivity, we are here for it. I have a question for you both. I'll go to you, Sister AT, then you, Sister Courtney, as well. What I see a lot of mention and on Facebook about trying to encourage younger people to get millennials and I guess and under, trying to get them involved in the singles events. What would you say to encourage them to go to the singles events?
Well, the number one thing is, knowledge does not have a time stamp on it in terms of relevant information as it pertains to courtship and marriage. There is no that's for this age group or that age group, because when we come into Islam, we don't come in equipped with a full knowledge in terms of how to carry out a proper relationship, proper mate selection. These are things that have to be taught to us. And regardless to what age you come in the Nation of Islam, or even if you're born in the Nation of Islam, yes, information is relevant to everybody. So I don't think that we should box ourselves into a category. And I have to say this, and I'm glad you brought that up, brother, because I have noticed a strain in our Nation of Islam among believers who have taken on the labels that are put on by this world, millennium. I don't buy into those labels. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad told my father, Brother Jabril, he said, what is a generation? My father asked him, what is a generation?
Yes, ma'am.
We always talk about Generation Z and D and I mean, for real. But, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said a generation is everybody alive during a particular period of time. So when you look at different periods of time, we got there are many different periods of time. And I'm not going to go off on a tangent, but I want to say that as believers, don't get yourself, don't get caught up in this, I'm the millennial or I'm Generation X or D or whatever. I want to put that out there because what it does is it can separate you and it can actually cut you off from knowledge. So like I said, the information that we're coming with will be relevant to everybody. And I know without a shadow of a doubt, I have faith in my God that whatever you come in with an open mind, you're going to come out with some really good information as well as really good experiences. You will meet other fellow believers. If it be the will of Allah, hopefully you'll make a connection if you're looking for a connection. But the thing is, we're there to have a good time. We're here to learn, and we're here to meet each other all at the same time. And I believe that will be your experience if that's what you're coming, if you open up your mind and come with that mindset, you will thoroughly enjoy yourself. So I just want to put that out there.
Praise be to Allah. Okay, so Sister AT is saying, gonna put limits on yourself like boomer and all of those different ages. Sister Courtney, speaking of those labels and things of that nature, what would you say to help encourage the younger generation to, everybody to come, but especially people who used to label themselves as, whatever?
Right. In the past, we haven't had a large number of the youth attend, but I'll say from my experience, my first retreat, I was actually in college at the time. And I've been going ever since, even if I was married, I'm not, but I was still help because that experience made such an impact on my growth within the nation. I've registered in a small city, Greensboro, North Carolina, and we had a small group of believers. But because of going to the retreat, it opened my mind. So I went to a retreat, I believe, before I even went to a Savior's Day. So interacting with the believers and seeing different believers from around the world was very instrumental in my development. You know, I was able to see a larger picture. I was able to see different things interact. Whatever I thought, as I think I was maybe registered maybe 3-4 months before I attended my first retreat. So whatever preconceived notions I had about how or what we do within the nation, and not necessarily from study, because again, I was so new, but it helped me learn so much with choosing a mate and even understanding that, yeah, I'm not quite ready just yet. And these are some of the tools that I can use to get ready, some of the self-development that I need to do by listening to the various speakers and just the different activities. And I think it really helped me. And I think coming in so young really really made an impression on me. You know, I was very open-minded. I wasn't stuck in my ways. I just was there to learn. And when you come with that mindset, I think that it can be a great impact for you. And I think all ages need to attend just for that reason alone, because there's so much that we think we know, we may not know, or just information in general. And again, the interaction piece was excellent. I mean, I'm still close friends with believers I met to this day because of who I met at the singles retreat. And I think also the networking piece has had me move in various areas throughout the nation. So the more we interact as a believing community, I think will strengthen us. And this is one of the events that I think really promotes healthy interaction between believers.
Praise be to Allah.
Brother, if I could throw in one thing.
Yes, ma'am.
With the help of Sister Courtney and the IT team, one of the things that we definitely want to let everybody know is that there will be social interaction. And that is one of the things that we definitely have to promote more, in our nation, is the social interaction, because that's how we get to know each other. You can get to know each other going to a mosque meeting. Well, not necessarily so in this era, but I'm just saying.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
We definitely want to stress everybody that we want to make the environment conducive for you to meet other people. And so we definitely want to have the social interaction so that you can kind of get to see each other in a different light, in a fun light. And there's nothing wrong with having fun. And that's, like I said, that's something that we definitely want to do at this virtual retreat.
Okay, wonderful. Praise be to Allah. Some of the questions that some of the people were single believers were asking me when I told them about that I was going to do this Zoom was, how can you get to know somebody from another city at the virtual singles retreat?
Is that you want to? I'll take a stab at it. And if I missed something, Sister Courtney can maybe come at it from an IT perspective. Number one, we will have our profiles. Profiles is basically, it's a form that you fill out where people can get to know who you are. At the retreats in the past, it wasn't necessarily to have a picture with the profile, because you could read somebody's profile, kind of get a snapshot of what they're about, and then you can go and talk to that person. Well, because it's virtual, we will have photos attached to the profile so that you can go and look up a brother or sister maybe that you're interested in, see their profile, see their picture, and then you can inquire more about that person. In addition, some of the interactive games that we have planned, we're really trying to get that a TikTok greeting put in place so that, we can do, so that you can be able to meet as many people as possible. As you know, if you've ever done TikTok dating, TikTok greeting is similar and it's all designed for you to get to know as many people, or at least meet and be introduced to as many people as you possibly can, and in the amount of time that we have. Now, you know, there you'll have to do the follow-up on your own, because you know the virtual retreat will only be for one day.
Yes, ma'am.
But you know, that's the main idea.
Praise be to Allah. Yes, ma'am, Sister Courtney.
So we'll have those profiles in the mobile app. So only those registered will have access to that. And everybody who registered will have to fill out a profile. So that's how we're going to do it. We're going to literally have a section where you can click and browse the various profiles of believers.
Praise be to Allah.
We are working very diligently also in terms of security to make sure that this event is secured, because we don't want folks crashing in the Nation of Islam singles retreat. This is a Nation of Islam for registered FOI and MGT. So we will be verifying your information to make sure that you are indeed registered single, available, FOI and MGT.
Praise be to Allah. Okay. Brother Ronald says Muslim mingles. That's dope. Maybe I'm not repeating that. Brother Roosevelt, all praises to Allah. Sister Miriam says, thank you both for dedicating, for your dedication to building strong families. Praise be to Allah. And Dr. Carter says, he's just coming on. What is the vetting process?
To attend the retreat?
I'm assuming that's what he's saying. Yes, ma'am.
I believe we're gonna, in the past, we've required a traveler's letter. So we're going to try to implement that as well. We'll have, when you register, we'll have an upload feature, or we'll request a traveler's letter from your local city.
Right. And also what we plan to do is on the registration form, you do have to fill out who is your student captain and their contact information. And then when, after, you know, registration will be closed at a certain point in time, we'll go back and verify that all of these people, will verify with your captains that you are who you say you are. Mm-hmm. So make it kind of hard for anybody to sneak in.
Yeah. Okay, excellent. Is there anything else that you all would like to say to encourage people? Because I feel that people are very excited about it. That's the post beat that I'm getting, and a lot of people are showing love in the comments.
You know, the main thing is come with an open mind. Come with a mind to meet with new believers, brothers and sisters. Come with an open mind to learn. Come with an open mind to just have a good time. And you will have a good time. We will have breaks throughout, so that it's not going to be just like one straight long meeting. It's not going to be like that. We will have breaks interspersed throughout. So the main thing that I would just encourage people is to come with your best mind, and also make sure that you have a like a private room where you're not interrupted. I think that's going to be important, you know, especially if you have children. If you have children, that's something that you should probably start thinking about. How are you going to handle that situation, you know, between now and August the 15th? Because you definitely want to have your undivided attention in terms of what you're involved in. And make sure also that you're, we put a little notes in there for the believers, you know, make sure that you're looking good, make sure that you're looking good and you are presentable. You know, I've seen some of these Zoom meetings like on the news, and sometimes I'll see people, the backdrop is an unmade bed, and I'm like, what? So I'm just saying, you know, make sure that your background is not a kitchen with a bunch of dishes, or, you know, just make sure your entire presentation reflects you, because you want to put forth your best foot. And I know a lot of times we get on Zoom, we get comfortable, but you want to make sure that you are, you're presenting yourself and everything behind you is a part of your presentation. So like I said, come with an open mind, but also make sure that you are ready, set, go.
Mhm.
Yes, ma'am. And does that mean class A is what you're saying for men?
You know what? For men and women, this is a casual event. MGT, for both brothers and sisters, please do not wear tight, revealing clothes. You know, like brothers don't wear no muscle shirts.
This is the Courtney Power talked about that, the muscle shirts.
Yeah.
But
But
look,
I'm
if
just
that's your
saying,
thing, that's your
you know what I
thing.
mean? But really, you want to be presentable. You, when it all is said and done, you can be casual, you can be comfortable, but you can still be an FOI and an MGT. MGT, you do not have to wear your garments. If you choose to wear a headpiece, that's fine. You can wear a hat, you can wear a scarf. Just be dressy, casual, but the number one thing is to be modest and presentable. That's the number one thing that we want everybody to be. And you're going to be at home, I'm assuming, so you want to be comfortable. So I don't know of anybody who sits at home all day in a suit or a garment. So you want to be comfortable, but at the same time, you want to be presentable. So just keep that in mind.
And this will be a full day worth of events. So keep that in mind as well. It's not just going to be an hour, it's going to be a full day worth of events.
And it starts at 10:30 a.m. Central Time. So that's 11:30 Eastern Time, and let me see, 8:30 Pacific Time. I believe they're 2 hours behind. So, but and like she said, a full day, but we're not going to tire you out. We will have breaks and whatnot in between.
Excellent. Yes, ma'am. So what you're saying is you don't want people to be eating chicken wings on the Zoom while they're watching in the middle of people speaking, because people will be able to see them. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. And, you know, licking your chops on bean pie and fish,
Yes,
and, you
ma'am.
know.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Okay. That
Yes.
makes sense. Well, I want to thank you all both for coming on, taking time out of your busy schedule to address the People's Podcast. I'm going to make sure I upload this to YouTube, and we just want anything that I can do to be assistant to believers. I'll continue to promote it, and we want to encourage to get that 35 and under crowd. We won't give them a title, but we want to encourage everyone to go so we can man, that's strong family, strong nation. I'm with it. Thank you, Sister Courtney. Thank you, Sister AT. And thank you,
Thank you.
Sister Khadija, for being the connection and the plug to put this together.
Thank
Assalamu
you.
alaikum.
Well,
And
like I
thank you all for watching.